So what inspired the Milken Institute and the Motsepe Foundation to establish the Milken-Motsepe Prize in Green Energy? Well, we at the Milken Institute have been partners with the Motsepe Foundation for a long time. And about 3 to 4 years ago, we decided to partner for the Milken-Motsepe Innovation Prize program. The idea of this program is to have a new competition every year, each one with a challenge linked to one of the Sustainable Development Goals. Last year, we awarded $2 million in prizes for entrepreneurs who came up with solutions for smallholder farmers in our Milken-Motsepe Prize in Agritech. This second prize that was launched, Milken-Motsepe Prize in Green Energy, was designed to inspire and incentivize entrepreneurs to create sustainable, affordable means of creating electricity using just green sources. So this competition aligns with the missions of both the Milken Institute and the Motsepe Foundation, because ultimately this is about finding new voices, bold ideas that are going to create a better future. At the Milken Institute, what we really look to do is find measurable progress for advancing mental, physical, financial, environmental health. We bring together all sorts of stakeholders to figure out how we can have those big ideas become scalable. The Motsepe Foundation has a long-standing history in South Africa and across the continent. We're doing all sorts of work to really advance causes, particularly against poverty, and finding ways to alleviate and create new ideas for the future. So the question here is about what measures we've taken to ensure that the competition process is inclusive and representative of diverse talent. This is one of the central tenets of the Milken-Motsepe Innovation Prize program. We believe that ideas can come from anywhere. We don't believe one person, one region, one sector holds the answers to really figuring out any of our world's greatest challenges. It's only when people come together across borders, across sectors to solve problems that we're really going to have measurable, lasting breakthrough change. So some of the specific measures that we took, we wanted to make sure in our recruitment process that we're reaching out to as many people as possible. So we've worked across many different countries across Africa, as well as markets around the globe. We're looking at incubators, universities. For us, really, anyone, it may be a high school student, it may be a retired person. We want to find people who have bold new ideas. Our Milken-Motsepe Prize community currently has over 4,000 entrepreneurs signed in who are from 106 countries across the globe. For us, it's really important to understand that people can work together and collaboratively. We've made sure that all of our field testing happens on the African continent. So while our competitions are open to entrepreneurs from around the world, it's essential for those entrepreneurs who aren't already in Africa that they have partners on the continent in order to do their field testing. And I'll add one more answer to the previous question, which is our independent panel of judges and our advisory board are really intentionally designed to bring together a group of people who are from multiple different countries. We look for gender balance, age diversity, and sector diversity, so that when people are advising this program and evaluating our different competitions, that we have voices from around the world who have diverse perspectives. We know that this is going to help us really find the best solutions. We look at it from all these different angles. All right, so how do we believe the competition is going to contribute to advancing off-grid green energy solutions, specifically tailored to the African continent? So we've been so excited to see amazing designs and ideas that have come out of the Milken-Motsepe Prize in Green Energy. Right outside where I'm filming right now, we are currently hosting live demonstrations of our 5 finalist teams. What we did in the design of this competition was challenge entrepreneurs to create a minimum of 60 kilowatt hours within 24 hours using only off-grid green sources. So that is built into the competition as how these different groups are evaluated, as well as whether they're going to be scalable solutions. What we're seeing is a lot of our entrepreneurs are creating really distributive systems that are able to do multiple things at once. So we encourage you to follow up and find out more about what all of our teams are doing. Because, as I said earlier, we make sure that all of our testing has to happen on the African continent. Even some of our teams who are based in other countries around the world, they have to have their testing in a country in Africa to make sure that it works in various environments. The significance of conducting live field tests at Stellenbosch University. So yes, as I mentioned, we are here at Stellenbosch University. Right behind me, our 5 finalist teams are testing their solutions. For a little context of these 5 teams, we went from a call for thousands and thousands of entrepreneurs down to about 300. From there, we went down to 20 semifinalist teams. They all got seed funding of $20,000 each. And from there, we had 5 finalists who you have here today at Stellenbosch University who got an additional $70,000 in seed funding. So all of these teams have gone through a rigorous process and really a funnel from thousands to hundreds to 20 to our top 5. They are competing for a $1 million grand prize, and each of them have been seeded $90,000 each. We wanted to make sure that we partnered with an exceptional institution. So being here at Stellenbosch University, where they do so much work around renewable and sustainable energy, made so much sense. Particularly because we knew that the Africa Green Economy Summit was happening. We designed our field test to be right around that same summit. We see this as such a critical issue, and we want to make sure as many voices as possible are all working towards how we can create new green-centered jobs, how we can have new green solutions to the various challenges people are facing. So beyond the financial support provided to finalist teams, everybody wants to win $1 million. So we like to incentivize people to say there's money that people are eligible to win. As I mentioned before, we really want to make sure there is seed funding. People get more and more as they go along in the competition. We do that so that our teams are able to really build prototypes and start to scale early. And what we heard as we're just speaking to the teams outside, the number of them who have gone from an idea on paper to a prototype to something that's actually been built and is here demonstrating an excess of 60 kilowatt hours using green energy is really exciting to watch an idea become a reality. So in addition to the seed funding, some of the other ways that we support our entrepreneurs are creating a series of free resources. So in our previous competition, we had over 900 hours of mentoring and capacity building for our teams. We have regular webinars, a library of resources, and opportunities to go places in person. We try to get our entrepreneurs and particularly our winners in front of investors, because we really want people to have a strong business plan, as many partnerships, make connections as well as we can, so that these teams can succeed. For us, their success is our success. And their success also means a bigger success for all of us on this planet. So it's much more than the prize itself. All right, so in what ways do we envision the competition stimulating collaboration and knowledge exchange among diverse stakeholders within the green energy sector? So what we've seen with these finalist teams right now is they have already created teams with diverse team members within them. And that is in all sorts of ways. Ones who are from different countries. You'll have an economist and an engineer and a designer, and they might be from 3 different countries around the globe. We are making sure to put them in front of people who we think would be good partners for them. And part of that is us just getting to know the teams and asking them questions. What specific things do people need? Is it companies that they're going to want to partner with? Is it manufacturing? Is it figuring out how to localize something to a particular environment? Is it a certain type of investment? So part of our role is really to figure out how winning solutions, first, find them. Second, test them. Third, when we find out they work, they have a good business plan, get to know them. What do they really need? And fourth, do our best to connect them so that they can succeed. Yes, the Milken-Motsepe Prize is a gold sponsor at the African Green Economy Summit. Our finalist teams will be pitching live at that event. So if any of you are attending, please do go and hear more about these incredible finalist teams. Learn what sort of things they have built to really create this new green electricity that is scalable. We are so excited and honored to be sponsors of the Green Economy Summit. This is such a critical convening because it's bringing together so many elements. One, how do we really create sustainable, resilient solutions, jobs that come out of that? What does it really mean as we transition into a green economy? How do we make sure that that's inclusive? And doing that here in South Africa to really think about different parts of the world who are affected differently by climate change. How can we as a global community come together to make sure the resources, the capital, and the ideas are all together?